our Biafran and Nigerian war? And if you've not been healed, what do you think that have made it possible for you not having healed since that time?
Do you heal from war?
Yeah, sometimes most people make amend.
You can
So
make
you guys will move on.
well, you can make amend, you can adjust, you can, go for all kinds of therapy and, do a lot of things to deceive yourself that you're healed. You can never be healed from war. Rwanda, they are still suffering there. So they had to put some things in place that serves as healing mechanism
Mm.
to make them not remember what happened. But whether you like it or not,
Yeah,
it's
but
still there.
Rwanda is just like yesterday. It's not been long Rwanda happened.
That's what I'm saying. My point is you don't heal from war. You don't heal from war. Even Buhari tried as much as possible to remove history from our school curricular activities. It doesn't stop the history from flowing. People, my dad told me the story, my mom told me the story. You
I
understand?
think there is a way if you want to work towards it and you are intentional, there is a way you can do it, and most things you will forget about it and just move on. It's like how many years now? Since 1970 till now, we've not hit. If I want to give you an example, Japan is one of America's biggest ally. America rebuilt Japan after dropping two crazy bombs in Japan. They have shown every time that two states that they bombed, they always have budget for that state. When people want to help, we are sorry. Even if we are not sorry, we are going to move on, and we are going to show that we need to move on for the progressive of two of us, or any relationship that we want to go into. We want to go into it to progress in the future. So people can actually do things about it to progress.
Yeah, definitely. They will definitely they will definitely do things about it to progress. Like that's why I referenced Rwanda.
Mm.
In Rwanda now, it is a crime to identify anybody as any tribe or anything.
Mm.
So Rwanda is Rwanda. They are all one.
Mm.
Yeah, that is healing mechanism they put in place to
Yeah.
see that they move on from it. But it is not very possible. As a matter of fact, if I mention World War One, you give me like two names.
Mm.
It didn't really affect us, right? In Nigeria. World War One, World War Two didn't really affect us, but we know the people who were in charge. We know the names.
Mm.
If you just mention World War One or two now, you just mention one or two names. So that shows that you didn't heal. Yeah, so we can never heal, can never forget about what has been happening in the world, and especially when it is related to you. To be very difficult to heal from it.
But I'm not saying we should forget. We can actually use it if it's something that we are teaching in our schools, right? You can use it in a way to educate others.
Right.
This thing that have happened, let us not let it happen again. And these are the things that we are going to do about it. You can do it in that angle if you want to do it. It's not forgetting.
Yeah, that is why I'm very angry that Buhari removed CRK, IRK. I mean, he can remove CRK and IRK, but history, the Nigerian history, I mean, I don't see any logical reason why you should remove history from the school curricular activity. Already, Nigerians don't even want to read our history. Now, you removing it shows that, I mean, you further want them to stay ignorant about Nigeria and, the Nigerian people. So, yeah, you can. Okay, in the case of Nigeria now, let's even delve into it properly. In as much as what happened in the 70s happened, there has not been any form of apology. At the end of every war, you will hear no victim, no vanquish, and that is it. So the way Nigeria is set up afterwards, after the war, there has not been any form of apology or any form of inclusivity, for the Nigerian people. This is not just about the Igbo people. Yeah, the Igbo people were the major victims, yeah. But there has not been any form of apology to the Nigerian people generally. There has not, I mean, from 70s till date, me and you have not really gained anything. Okay, let's even leave the fact that we are Igbos. I can't identify any Nigerian that would say, okay, I have gained this thing or one or two things from my government. I mean, Even if people are gaining, it might just be one person, like Dangote or Tedola, Every other thing that, people are gaining is based on individual talent or individual, skills and all of that. But from the Nigerian government to say, okay, for the fact that we have gone through this, we should put this in place to see that people not just heal from, healing is not possible, but try to, make us learn from what has happened and also build from it. Make sure it doesn't happen again, right? But it's a game for the government officials. Yeah, it is a game for them. So that is why you see all this bigotry is going on. Again, bad people are everywhere. Bad people. There are bad people in Igbo land. There are bad people in Yoruba land. There are bad people in Hausa land, and there are also good people. If we, yeah, in as much as the good people want to say, okay, let's forget about everything and pretend as if it didn't happen. The bad people will always want to fuel things up, bring it back up, and push any narrative and it will fly.
Yeah, it's happening because the government don't want to do anything about it. The moment government decide that they are going to do something about it, they will do something about it.
They are actually doing something about it.
There is a word you cannot use in a Western world right now.
Mhm.
They have
Yeah.
to do it. If you say that word, it's insult to black people,
Yes.
but you cannot say it.
Yeah. What is this artist's name? She got into trouble for saying it in the Western world.
So that is that kind of thing. Just like
Yeah.
the instance you gave about Rwanda, right? If government decide that, okay, this things now they are saying that you cannot spray money in the club in Nigeria, right? All those money spraying is naira mutilation, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So you see that kind of thing. If government say that, okay, we are going to move forward as one nation, Nigeria would have moved on. Nobody will be talking about Biafra right now or Igbo, the thing that is just started after how many years of Biafra War. And everybody will be blaming this person, blaming this. I have even seen some people blaming the Western world that they are the ones sponsoring the Biafran project right now to divide Nigeria. But they have all of a sudden they forgot about is it 1993 Igbo killing in the north? Is it 1993 or 1990? I cannot remember exactly. In the north,
Mhm.
or everything that happened, or let me just say they just concluded a general election in Lagos. They were saying Igbo people will not vote. When something happened, you singled Igbo people out. This is not a unity project. I said this on my previous video. This is not a unity project. If you want these people to move on, you should move on. Everybody, we know things to do to unite Nigeria and move on as one entity, but it's not happening. Can you tell me why Gumi, nobody, I saw a post somebody made about Gumi that no, you know who's Sheikh Gumi,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
No,
Nigerian.
this security agency have invited him for just questioning. No one.
Yeah. So you see the thing about okay, let me correct one notion. Yeah. You think that the Nigerian government is not doing anything to, combat bigotry and the hatred amongst, the especially that is being done by the bad people. The thing is, Nigerian government is doing something. I want Nigerians to wake up to the fact that Nigerian government, Nigerian politicians are very smart. They are very smart and they are very intelligent, and that is why they are there. That is why they are presiding over us. This thing is a game for them. If and we don't count. We don't matter to the eyes of Nigerian politicians. So this thing is a game for them. They are benefiting from it. As a matter of fact, if you see any bigotry post on social media or any hatred post on social media, it is being sponsored by somebody. Because looking at Nigerians, the way we are designed, I am an Igbo man and I have traveled across Nigeria. I've lived in the north, not very long, yeah, but few months, like 2 months in Kano, 2 months in Kaduna, in Abuja, 3 months. Abuja is frequent, sometimes 2 months, 1 month like this. And I lived in Lagos. And the first, early years of my life was in Umuahia. So we have one similar culture in common, which is if you go to a Nigerian man's house, whether Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, they serve you water. They don't ask you, do you want water? Serving you water means welcome. You accepting the water means thank you. I come in peace. Igbos do it, Yorubas do it, Hausas do it, right? So it doesn't really matter if who the visitor is, it could be a stranger, it could be an alien. But once you enter a Nigerian man's house, they serve you water. Now, if you look at that as a base of our culture, then you begin to wonder, where is this hate coming from? Where is this bigotry coming from? Right? When I travel to all these countries, all these states, I don't go there to, go to the cities and, I go villages. The kind of job I do takes me far and, wide. I go to rural areas, villages, and they welcome me very well. They don't even care. Most of them don't even know whether I am Igbo or not. Is it written on my face? Does it show? You get. Then when something happens, let's take, for instance, the news that has broke out, or Trump making his statement that if the Nigerian politicians don't do anything about the happenings in Nigeria, that he will intervene. If something like this happen, you start seeing things flying. Now I'm seeing things like natural resources. The US is coming for our resources. I'm also seeing things like it is the Igbos that are calling the US. Like a lot of things. These things are not, they are being sponsored. They are being sponsored because I don't see any reason why a normal Nigerian, and again, there is another factor, we'll get to that. I don't see any reason why a normal Nigerian will wake up in the morning and see a news like that of Trump. And the first thing that come to his head is, who is telling Trump to go? Imagine the Igbos telling Trump to go and make it make sense. Like, as an Igbo man now, I'll pick up phone and call Trump, see what's happening. And it is so funny because we don't really understand the power of the media. Yeah, the Nigerian media, the news outlets, news channels, they don't tell the world the news they are supposed to tell the world, as it is happening. But since social media is in vogue and you cannot ban it because, we are running democracy. You can't stop freedom of speech. Since social media is in vogue, social media has been helping us to project what is happening in Nigeria. And whether you like it or not, we have the US Embassy in Nigeria. So you're saying that, okay, the Igbos are going to the US Embassy to report the killings that are happening in the north, not even in south and south east. Right? So when you see people come out to push these things, you just know that this thing is sponsored. This thing is sponsored. And that is how they've been sponsoring it over the years. Before coming for this session, I saw a news by Arise TV. One, I don't know if it is, we have a lot of terrorist units, right? Bandits, Boko Haram, UGM, name it, and so on and so forth. So one bandit unit, one terrorist unit, the guy hold mic and he was saying something in Hausa. Arise TV, it's on Arise TV's page. And he was saying something in Hausa. And the Oji translated it. And she said that what the guy was saying is is the government who asked them to do what they are doing. And now the government has asked them to stop. So you begin to wonder, who is the government that is asking them to do what they are doing? So this is just about the terrorists. So now we are talking about the bigotry, the hatred that is, and the narrative that is going on amongst us. If the government, allegedly the government can go as far as asking bandits to carry out their action anywhere, is it now the distraction? Because this is distraction. This hatred, what do they call them? Quick fingers. Hatred, bigotry that is going on online and everywhere. If government can go as far as allegedly asking the bandits to, do what they are doing, is it now as something as small as paying influencers to...
They cannot do.
So they have been doing it from get-go. if you notice, if any major thing happen in Nigeria, if
Mm.
there is a major event in Nigeria as a whole, you start seeing things like this coming up from top influencers.
Mm.
Top influencers. And it's so sad that people have refused to understand that social media is a place of, it's not a real place. It's virtual. So the person tweeting or, spewing hate on social media, that person, if you know me now,